You are now tuned in to the real deal.
Guys, the Mythical Island booster pack has dropped, and we've got some insane cards that have really shaken up the meta. But there's also a lot of trash as well. So we're going to be doing a tier list today to look at who's hot and who's not. You guys, let me know in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Who do you think should be at the top, and who do you think should be all the way in F tier? But yeah, I'm just going to say as well that it took me 39 packs to get my first Celebi. And also, out of those 39 packs, I only got 3 or 4 EX cards. The pull rates really suck. They definitely need to look into that and really boost them, because I feel like they're terrible. I don't know, maybe you guys disagree with me, but yeah, they suck hard. So let's start ranking these Pokemon, and we're going to start with Shiinotic. So I'm going to put them at C tier, slightly worse than Frostmoth in my opinion, but still pretty solid. Being able to put someone to sleep, you can really stall out fights, and it can be really frustrating to go against. Then we've got Delmias, who can do really good damage. I'm going to put them at B tier for now. Do need 4 energy for that, but obviously if you've got Superior, that's pretty easy. Just need 2 energy, and the damage you will do is insane. But it does take a little bit of a while to, you know, obviously need at least 3 turns to build up a Superior. So it can sort of vary. Executor, I'm going to put at A tier. So Psychic doing 80 damage. Again, it's 4 energy, but with Superior, that's easy to do. But it's just the more energy they have, the more damage the Executor would do. And Executor can one-shot a lot of people. So yeah, got a lot of love for Executor. Celebi. This card was so hard to get, but definitely worth it. Probably the most fun card out of all of them to come out. You can do either 0 damage or like something crazy like 650. Can do the most damage out of everyone in the game. A little bit RNG. That's the reason why I'm not putting them in S tier just now or just yet, just because there's a little bit of RNG, but they are a very deadly card. Can get one-shotted by a lot of cards though, like Mewtwo EX, Charizard. Pikachu EX can beat Celebi in 2 turns as well. And the advantage of Pikachu EX over Celebi as well is that Pikachu can pop off a lot quicker than Celebi can, and needs that Superior as well. Superior going all the way to the top as S tier. It's not about the HP, it's not about the damage, it's all about that ability. Jungle Totem is so broken, and all the new cards sort of basically rely on Superior to give them energy. So yeah, Superior, big fan. And the reason I'm putting them above Celebi as well is that without Celebi, without Superior, it's gonna be hard to get them up and running. And Superior unlocks all of these cards. So an insane support card, really, really busted. Rapidash, big fan of this card. Gonna put them at B tier for no, maybe A tier actually. A massive buff to Rapidash, 40 damage, but that chance to get an extra 60 damage plus Blaine, so broken, and is a great counter to Celebi as well. So new Rapidash, big thumbs up. Magmar, not a big fan of Magmar. I'm going to put them at C tier, mainly because once you use Fire Blast, that's it. He's out of the picture. Obviously, he can be good with Blaine, but it's that 80 damage is good, and especially with Blaine on top. But once you lose that energy, it's like 2 turns to build up to start going again. And then you've done your damage and then you have to do it again. So yeah, not a big fan of Magmar. And Salazzle, I'm going to put them at D tier. Just low damage, a weaker version of Weezing basically. They do drop a Poison though, which is good. And what I like about Poison is obviously there's so many Pokemon that synergize with Poisons. So it can be really useful, but yeah, I'd say pretty weak for now. Vaporeon. So Vaporeon, really like this card. I'm going to put them at B tier for now. Washout, just having that flexibility of being able to move energy around, and a lot of water Pokemon need a lot of energy. So Articuno, Blastoise, Gyarados EX, they all need energy, and you can just move it around freely with Vaporeon. Really, really strong. So Vaporeon, again, it's not about what Vaporeon does, but it's all about that ability, Washout, just being able to freely move energy around. Really, really cool. Gyarados EX. So I'm going to put Gyarados next to Vaporeon. What I don't like about Gyarados is the rampaging Whirlpool. So discards his own energy and your opponent. I don't really understand it. I feel like he should just discard one of your opponent's energies, not his own. But very tanky, 180 HP, 4 energy though for 140 damage. So again, a little bit difficult to get that energy up and running. But you've got Misty, you've got Washout, so it definitely has more potential than what he had before. I guess the other thing that sucks about Gyarados is Magikarp. Magikarp has 30 HP. So if Magikarp goes, then your Gyarados is just going to get... well, it's not even going to be there. He won't even come to the fight. So that is one of the big things that's a real issue for Gyarados. Magikarp should at least have like 50 HP, at least 50 or 60. Dreadnought. I'm going to drop them at D tier. Good HP and crunch is okay, but doesn't really bring much to the table. Again, it's a coin toss to do something. I can't remember what it is, but nothing too special. So yeah, it's going to stay down in D. On to fighting Pokemon. So Golem. The new Golem is so much better. I'm going to put him at B tier for now. So 160 HP, needs 4 energy to do 120 damage, and reduces damage done to Golem as well. So Golem can actually sort of find his way into the meta now. And with Brock as well, Brock will give you extra energy. So if you've got 2 Brocks, that's 2 energy, and then you only need 2 more energy to do 120 damage. That's pretty solid. So yeah, Golem definitely can see some potential. Primeape, D. Definitely D or E. But yeah, low HP, low damage from Punch, 50 damage for 1 energy. Trash, absolute trash. Aerodactyl, I was so pumped for this card. I'm going to put them in F. They deserve an F. Yeah, so pumped for this card. I misread the ability. So I thought they would just block evolutions full stop. And actually how it works is it's the active Pokemon. So the Pokemon that's out front can't evolve. And there's so many cards that don't need to evolve, like Pikachu EX, Mewtwo EX, Mew, Celebi, the list goes on. But also, normally what you would do is you put a tank up front and then you evolve your Pokemon on the back line. I feel like they need to change it. If Aerodactyl became the Primal Law just completely blocked evolution, then it would be God tier. But at the moment, it is just trash, worthless. Stone Joiner. I'm going to put them at C tier. 3 energy for Mega Kick to do 90 damage. Okay. And 120 HP, just like sort of average. Silaglyph. I'm going to put them at C tier. Just a better version of Meowth, which makes me sad. I love Meowth. But yeah, just 80 HP instead of 60. And being able to draw 1 card is definitely worth sacrificing 1 Pokemon or 1 point. Yeah, it can be really useful just to help you cycle through your deck faster. You know, pick up like a Professor Oak or a Pokeball. It can be a real game changer. Mew EX going straight all the way up to A tier. Mew EX is actually going to be in the meta now. People are building decks around Mew EX, especially Mewtwo decks as well. Really strong, and Gnome hacking is really strong. You can use it to counter Celebi. A lot of Pokemon actually just use their own abilities against them, and you can one-shot people pretty easy. Obviously, Sire Shot really sucks, but yeah, Gnome hacking, solid. And of course, you're going to be running like Gardevoir as well, who's going to synergize so well with Mew and just pump energy into them as well. So yeah, really solid card. Also, a lot of new support cards that synergize so well with Mew. So yeah, solid card. Beheeyem. I'm going to put them at E tier. It's a double evolution, 90 HP, and Mind Jack does barely any damage. So 10 damage and then a 20 extra damage at each bench Pokemon. So a maximum of 70 damage. Kind of weak. Very weak. Pikachu EX, I'm going to say is D tier. Overhyped. So overhyped. People were going crazy for this card. Like sort of when it was data mined. But yeah, that 10 times for each bench Pokemon. So we're going to do either 0 to 30 damage. Nothing too crazy. I'd rather just have Pikachu EX out in front. New Raichu. I'm going to put a B tier. I really like the look of this card. I've not got it, so I've not tested it out. But Giga Shock doing for 3 energy, it's going to do 60 damage. We can use Surge to put energy into Raichu as well. But that 20 damage across the back line is crazy. So Raichu's pretty tanky at 120 HP, means we're probably going to get 2 turns of that damage, which we're going to do 40 damage across the board to that back line. That is strong. Plus, that's 120 damage up front as well. Yeah, I really like the look of Raichu. Definitely see a lot of potential. Galvantula, I'm going to stick at E tier. Basically just a weaker version of Arbok. Does a little bit more damage and locks opponents in. But the problem is that they've only got 80 HP, where Arbok is way tankier. And Galvantula can just basically just get killed quite easily. So even though you're locking them out, you're sort of stuck there. And yeah, it just sucks in my opinion. Oh, Drudagon. So yeah, big fan of this card. I'm going to say B tier. Really, really solid. This is a really great stall card. So it's kind of hard to get Dragon Claw up and running. Does do 19 damage though, so pretty solid. But it's all about the rough skin. So basically, every time Drudagon is hit, it's going to retaliate and do 20 damage. With 100 HP as well, it's pretty tanky. But yeah, it's a new meta stall card. Yeah, big fan. Really like it. And then you got Taurus. So Taurus, I'm going to stick at C tier. I do like Taurus, but it's just 3 energy, but does bonus damage to EX cards. Does like 100 damage in total. Very, very nice. But yeah, just a little bit difficult to get that energy on Taurus, but still, that is pretty solid. Pidgeot EX coming into A tier. Does 80 damage, but does an extra 20 damage for each Pokemon they have on the bench. 170 HP as well, very tanky. I do like both Pidgeots. They're both really strong, and the other Pidgeot has that ability where you can swap opponents out. But this one obviously does more damage and is so broken with Poke Flute as well. Really nice mechanic, keeping stuff interesting and fresh. But yeah, both really good cards. But yeah, coming into A tier. And then we got, let's do Weezing first. So new Weezing, I'm going to say is C tier. Very strong, like stall card, but I still prefer original Weezing just because you need 1 energy to start doing damage. And also that poison as well can be really useful. And again, poison synergizes with so many different Pokemon. I guess the only thing that's better about this Weezing though is that you can sort of stall out a little bit more with Smokescreen. But again, you need to land like, there's a little bit of RNG trying to get that coin toss. So yeah, definitely prefer the OG Weezing. And then we've got Scolipede as well. So Scolipede is one of those Pokemon that does do more damage the more, if there's a poison involved, and does hit really hard. Also pretty tanky, 140 HP. It is a triple evolution. So I'm going to say they are sort of C tier. And let's just let's mix up the list a little bit. So I'm going to put Mew EX into S tier. I am tempted to put Celebi in there as well. Mew EX, it is the stronger card. But yeah, Celebi as well, it is really fun. It is crazy fun. And Pidgeot as well. I think these two are probably the best out of the A tier row. But yeah,